Well, the day I started in the pit was one of the worst days of my life.
Aye, it would be.
And the day I left the pit was one of the best days of my life.
I wasn't in the pit, so I wasn't in it.
I hated every minute I was in it.
The day you come 14-year-old, the first job you got round about here was down the mine.
Down the mine.
If you went to work, was down the mine for the day you were 14, and if you stuck it till the day you retired, you were all your days in the mine.
Shale was deep mined, and our place it was drip mines. Although in locality were, I think, 2 pits, but it was produced and sent up with the miners to our works at Winchburgh, and it was retorted into crude oil, sent to pumpers and refined into different spirits, oils and so forth.
Father and son job. Whenever his son was 14, he went down with his father. His father usually had another man to help him, and you went in with another man until you were strong enough to take over yourself. It was very, very frightening. You were down there and you didn't know what was going on. You were firing shots round about you, you would hear the explosions, and you had no conception of what was taking place. And you didn't know when the place was going to fall in. You had absolutely no idea what was going on at all. And you were a wee lamp, but you couldn't see properly. You weren't used to it or nothing like that. You didn't know if you were going to do the right thing or not, Eddie. You know, you could have done the wrong thing and got yourself killed. My father got hurt in the pit when I was just over 15. The next day I had to go out working with another man that expected to do a man's work. Because if another man took you on, you had to do your bit. Your father was a bit lenient on you, but no another man. You had to earn your trust, and it was hard.
Oh, he's true that, man.
My father-in-law was killed in the mine, and his brother was killed in it 10 years before that.
And he was just...
So my wife had 2 men brought into it.
Yeah, I remember your father-in-law being killed, John, and he was just taken right back from the pit, right into the house.
That's right, just working clothes on.
Working clothes and everything on, right back into the house and said, there he's dead.
But you take the shell fields, there wasn't a great deal of accidents. After how dangerous it was to work in it, there wasn't a great lot of accidents.
Not compared to coal.
No, not true. There wasn't.
I remember one day going down the pit, and we used to have our wee drinky tea before we went down this bad Duke. There were only one way down to the Duke, there wasn't a return. And we're sitting in the morning, and old Jimmy Devine and old Jimmy O'Hara was there, my father, old Foodie.
Foodie, that's right.
And all the drawers were sitting just before John Foodie. And we're having a wee drop tea when the tea was hot. And old Devine says, look at the rats coming up. And the rats were coming up, running past us.
Well, they can't.
They were running up beside us, you know, and usually you never see them because we're not afraid of us. But the rats were coming up past your knees. And old Devine said, there's something going to happen down there, we better hang on. And usually if a place was going to close, you heard it pickling and cracking and groaning.
That's right.
But no, this place, and inside 20 minutes, the whole lot gave out lots like that, and the whole lot, it just settled right down. Only for them rats who had all been killed.
Oh, it's true. What you think about Dirty St. Martin? We were below the 4th. There is Johnny. We were below the 4th. If what happened, what chance with the water kid with it? Honest to goodness, I don't forget you we survived.
Given the shale works, the shale industry, the concession on tax that they were asking for, at that particular time, it been still going yet.
That's true, man. That's right.
Because the Abadan oil was coming in,
They were stealing
and
it.
they were taxing it Sticks and oil product the same as Abadan oil.
5 bob, 5 bob, Martin.
Aye, they went away down to London and they pleaded for a concession on tax. They wouldn't give them it, and overnight the whole industry just shut down like that. The ironic thing about it was that the man, the Minister of Fuel at the time, was the man who used to be the MP for West Lothian, was Emmanuel Shinwell, and he was the man who decided that it had to
He
shut
managed
down.
to fuel at the time.
What the MP for Kilmarnock said, if the shale industry had been in the garden counties of England, down in Kent or something like that, he said they were paying then 5 shillings, the same as what imported oil was. If they had cut it to half a crown,
That's right. They wanted a
the
concession, half a crown.
the shale industry would have still been going.
They were stealing it for the Arabs. They were getting it for nothing.
See what's
Stealing
happening. See what's happening today. You heard what's happening today, what they're going to do with the coal mines. There'll maybe only be about 12, but because they're going to bring in cheap coal and things.
Well, I think myself, the only these two men was closed in by a fall, you know. Wag Robertson was one of the names, and this other man called Alec Lawson.
Well, big jelly.
And no, they called him Icky Bob for a nickname. And this Icky Bob was built like a gorilla, with big arms and bow legs, you know, great, only strong as a horse. And the two of them was closed in at the back of this. They couldn't get out, and they had a wee hole at the side for it to let them get out, you see. And of course, Icky Bob, having been the strongest, he dived for the hole first. And he was ready to come away again. So it would pull Nicky through the hole when his very legs stuck in the hole, you see. And they couldn't get him back or forward, you know, but pulling him. And you could see his light away at the back of him. He was desperate to get out, you know.
Is this true what is
Oh, that's true. They were pulling away Icky, and we're saying, what we've got to do now then? He's stuck. And you could hear Wag's voice way at the back. Break his bloody legs, he's shouting. Which was a sensible thing to do before he said them, you know.
But there was, in the midst of the heavy end, there was humour. And on the top of the benches where I worked, that's right at the top of the... And during the week inside there was a party of us went down to the museum at Livingston, the Shale Mine Museum, some of us miners and some of us oil workers. And it was really enjoyable and realistic.
You know, hot tea like that either.
Stone cold tea for
That's
your
right.
meal.
That was for your 8 hours, a bottle of water and your piece. You had to watch hit like a hawker, the rats already got it.
You see, when one of your shots didn't go off,
You went back in.
you're supposed to wait an hour
That's right.
before he went back in, and you're supposed to bore a hole alongside it and blow it out. But the men was on companies, was on the turn rate, no time to wait an hour. Maybe wait 10 minutes, quarter an hour and go back in.
But there's some no board the same hole again, Johnny.
Board the same hole out.
I've done it.
Paddy McCarlane, he
And if you had the detonator, it went off.
That's what I mean. You have to watch it. Oh, I tell you, man, damn fine, baby. You have to watch your detonator, I know that. But you have no idea who far your hole was in. The time your stamina was in, say you were in about 3 feet.
And maybe if it
about 2.5 feet.
ran too quick, the shot blew back in them.
Aye.
And 10 to 1 they were blinded. You know, there's a lot of men blinded.
If your stomach thing. Yeah, well, that's it.
When a place was ready to close,
That's another thing.
you would hear all these,
Rumbles.
all wood creaking and everything, you know. all this,
Didn't they have?
the weight coming on it.
You went down, you never, that day you never did, can't even come back up again. That's too dangerous now, I was back and for it. It was terrible.
Now you see it, resistance, the policemen all come last.
They're all laughing when they're going in.
What's that cranking? Pole with the back there.
Thank God the days are finished, eh?
Very good,